What a resilient bunch. And we told them all week long that we belonged. We belonged in the game. We belonged in this the spotlight, and what we'd done in the past had given us the opportunity to think that we belonged. And then talked about it pregame as well, that if we played the way we knew how, Bison football, we'd make it a 60-minute game, and that's what we had to do. We had to weather the storm early, and I knew they were going to go for the knockout punch. And if we could weather the storm, I think we'd settle in. We talked at halftime. I honestly thought we should have been ahead at half. I really did. I thought we outplayed them in the first half, had a good play on defense for the touchdown, but we didn't capitalize on a lot of great drives on offense. And we challenged them at halftime and said, we're down 14-7, and guys, you belong. You should be winning the game. And we made a critical choice of giving them the win in the third quarter, and end up splitting that. And once we were able to get to the fourth quarter and only down a score, I thought our guys were going to find a way to win. And when you get into a four-quarter, 60-minute game, don't bet against those guys in that locker room. They know one thing, and that's how to close and how to win. Tremendous amount of respect for the University of Iowa. They have a great football team, a great football program. Kirk Ferentz is a guy that I've looked up to for an awful long time. Nothing but the utmost respect for that football team. And we're ecstatic, obviously, about the victory. And for me to be able to do it when I came home is pretty special. So I'll take questions.
Coach, you dominated this game on the ground. Did you think you had a chance to do that coming in?
Yes, we did. We thought we had a chance to win the line of scrimmage. And that's what we do now. I don't know what we rushed for. Over 200 now. I don't know if we'd get 200, but I thought we could push the pile, and I thought we could create some havoc. And our backs running really hard, and we're pretty good up front.
What went into the decision to go for two?
We came here to win, period. We came here to win, and if we didn't make it, I thought we could stop them. And I thought our offense was kind of wearing them down. And if we could get a stop, and I didn't know if we could, because that's a tremendous offense, but if we could get a stop, I think Coach P could dial up enough plays to get us in field goal range.
So was that a decision you made right after the touchdown, or even like before that drive?
Way before the drive. Yep. If we got to a game, we've played 2 overtime games, and all of football is some about attrition too. And we have some guys that are battling their tails off, and guys that are injured, and guys are fighting through things. If we could have closed the game out. I wanted to do that, and so that's why we did it.
Your emotion when you saw the Peterson kick go through and the final gun?
Well, hoping that it was a final gun and not 1 second on the clock and have to kick it to Desmond King was the first thing. But I don't know.
What does this game mean to you, being an Iowa native, to win like this?
Once again, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa football program. So neat for me to be able to come back here and see my family and see a lot of friends. And it's more about NDSU and about the Bison than it is about me. And I love those kids in that locker room, and they deserve this win.
What did you see in your kicker's eyes, demeanor, in the moments before the kick?
I didn't look at him, Jeff. I really didn't look at him. I wanted him to be in his moment. And, he missed a field goal. And one thing we've learned about Cam is that those things don't rattle him, dating back to last year in the playoffs. And the kid's a gamer.
At the end of the game, you almost ran out of time. You were down to 5 seconds when you called the timeout. Was that what you wanted to do?
Well, I did not want to leave him any time on the clock. Had we had the opportunity to run one more play because it was third down, if we could have gotten 3 or 4 more yards, we'd have taken it. It just was, I thought, getting too close to it, and I didn't want to take that chance, so I called timeout. And, I don't know what, 5 or 6 seconds on the clock, and it ended up, I wasn't going to give them any time, for sure.
Does this feel like Kansas State in any way, that second half, that fourth quarter?
Boy, every game's different, Jeff. This is a different football team, and I think the big difference was there was a lot of people that probably thought we could go toe-to-toe with Kansas State, and there's probably a lot of people that didn't think we could go toe-to-toe with Iowa.
Coach, your quarterback's performance today, describe how Easton played.
He's a winner. He's a great football player, unbelievable competitor, and we're talking about a kid that's just a sophomore. And that's the thing that I'm so impressed with. He's only a sophomore, and he learned from the big redhead. The stage isn't too big for that kid. And what a great run on the first play of the last drive.
You mentioned
feeling like you belong. How important is that, the power of belief, when you're playing in a game like this? Like you said, where people don't expect you to do what you did.
Well, those kids have the power of belief. You don't go 73-5 over the last 5 years and not believe you're going to win. And so every one of those kids have been a part of a championship team, exception of the true freshman. We didn't bring a true freshman on the trip. So everybody in that locker room said, this is a big game, but it isn't the biggest game we've ever played in. The biggest game we've played in happened in January. And so our kids knew that moment wasn't going to be too big for them.
Coach, off of that, where does this one rank then, this win, off the 6 years you've been here?
I'd take the national championships every time.
I know that, Chris, knowing your personal history, being from the state of Iowa, but, I mean, you grew up in the shadows of Kinnick Stadium, went to Northern Iowa. I mean, on a personal note, I mean, it has to be huge.
It really is, because I'm an Eastern Iowa guy and grew up in the Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and Cedar Valley area, and followed the Hawks and came to football camps, all those things, and to be able to come back here and show that our football team belongs on this national stage was pretty sweet.
I know you've probably been asked this many times the last several years, but why do you belong everywhere you play?
It's Bison culture, it's Bison pride, and you can define that a million ways by a million different alumni. But we have unbelievable culture in our program. We have, I think, and you guys found out, if you're not from Fargo and if you're from the state of Iowa, we have the best fan base in college football.
What do you say about your defense today after what happened a week ago, the kind of performance they had today?
I thought our defense played exceptionally well, but I want to make sure our kids did a phenomenal job. Our players were great. Our coaches up and down the line did a fabulous job with these game plans. Coach Entz and the defensive staff, another Waterloo, Iowa guy. Okay, and Coach Polasek and the offensive staff did a phenomenal job of trying to keep Iowa a little bit guessing both sides of the football, and I thought we were able to do that. Our coaches deserve this win as much as the players do.
What did you see in their offensive line that you were able to get so much pressure?
We have pretty good guys that can rush a passer. There wasn't anything where I thought there was a weakness or anything. We just got guys that get after it.
Should North Dakota State be an FBS program?
No, we like it right where we're at in FCS, and it's a great thing, and we have a playoff system that allows a lot of people an awful lot of opportunities. You can lose a football game or two and still have an opportunity to win a national championship. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Did you change anything in your run calls in the second half, or was it more a matter of just keep plugging away?
Just keep doing what we're doing and mix in the jet stuff and mix in the inside run. And I'm so proud of King Frazier today, the way he ran. And all those backs. I mean, King and Lance and Bruce and Chase, Easton. I mean, we stuck it up in there. We didn't pitter-pat our feet. We came hungry, and those backs and quarterbacks ran exceptionally hard.
Coming into this game, I know you put numbers on the board where you say, well, if we do this, target this, maybe we can win. Holding Iowa to 45 yards rushing and gaining over 200 yards yourself, could you ever imagine that?
No, absolutely not, Rick. Absolutely not. But the only thing we talked about was win the next play, and that's kind of our motto: win the next play, 6 seconds of play with one heartbeat. But what we really wanted to do was somehow find a way to get it to the fourth quarter. We have played in two pretty tough ball games, the first two games of the season that go to overtime. I thought if we got it into the fourth quarter, and this is no disrespect to the University of Iowa, they hadn't played in one of those yet, and I thought that would be an advantage to us.